Hello and welcome to Trains in Viettic. Today's episode is the first of two-part episode whereby we're finally going to redo my fiddling yard. This bit here is going to stay just about the same, apart from that crossing just there, which is going to be moving. And then I'm putting another 8 tracks down that end to hold my short trains. So in this episode, you'll get to see me sorting out the track and wiring everything in on the layout side. And then next week, you'll see me setting it up on the e-course and changing the wires down at this side. So stay tuned. I think I'm going to start off with putting you just looking at the track, and then I'll talk to you as things go through. So, and now for the titles. So for you, it's been a matter of moments. For me, it's been about 4 hours, 5 hours. The first thing you'll notice is that these two are now just straight through, no points on it. I need to tap them down properly, but they do allow a rolling stock to roll on it. Let me just grab him. And as you can see, absolutely no problem on that track. Do the same on here. No problems whatsoever on that track, so that's all sorted for the time being. I do need to sort out power for those, but that's just something minor which I can do at a later date. You'll be thinking, but that doesn't take 4 hours to do. No, it doesn't. What does take 4 hours to do is these here. Few little mistakes I made. First of all, I ran out to some of the wire I used. Second of all, I had to go and get to emergency point because I had one of these peco points which had one of the older versions which didn't have that bit done. So I had to go and put down to the model shop and pick it up, but these are all wired, ready to go in. So I'll move the camera down and then we can start to install them. I'm back on the desk to actually explain what I have done to my points to make them ready for my layouts. This is one which I don't actually need at the moment, and I have removed the wires so that for next time I use it, it's ready to just go and have the 3 wires connected. So the first thing to notice on this point is, if I just zoom in, just here you can see there's 2 small cuts in the rail. When you buy these points, you have a little wire connecting these two. On the older version, you don't have that already done, but you can see on the other side that there's a tiny gap between the 2 rails. This is isolating this bit, let me just zoom out again. This bit of the track from the rest of the track. So when you get it, you have this wired on, and then that is live to whichever side the blades are touching. But when you start modifying it, you need to remove these two, otherwise you'll have that permanently live in both states. So once I remove that, I then just cut off the plastic spurs in between these rails, put 4 blobs of solder on, and then I'll place my wires there. So on my layout, if this was being used that side, that would be my black wires, that would be my blue wires, because the blues are always on the inside of the layout. And you need to remember that when you flip it over, it's going to be the opposite of what you have on the layout. No, it will be the opposite of how the point is actually shown. Then you have this section here. The newest version of these come with a wire already connected to that, but in this one it didn't. So you just need to put your frog polarity wire in here, and then you have your switch, which I'll show you on the layout, which actually change the polarity depending on when it's switched, because I'm using a mic switch. But you will have remembered on my 12-hour layout, I used Ultra Frog, which did exactly the same thing, as it just detected a short circuit and then it changed. So that's how I adjust my points for my system. So let's go back into the attic and finish this episode. I've been working for quite a few hours now, and this side is starting to get here. As I already shown you, I got that straight, but down here you got this set of point, then you've got another set of points there with 3 sidings, and then a piece track that lead into the crossover. All of them have got wires from them. I got 2 point motors roughly in place, and all the power feeds to all those cables ready to go. I still got that side to go, but that side was always going to be the harder side. The 2 outer tracks, I need to add a little bit of track to the end. Then it means I can hold SEP units or any other 4-car trains in those sidings. I still need to do some work on that corner there, but I'll pause the camera and take you down to that side. So we're now at the other end of the layout. I do apologise about the exposure as we go through. I just don't have any lights in this area, and I forgot to turn my studio light around before I started. So this is a new track here, and that's the original fiddling yard. So as I turn around, you can see that I've actually stuck this track in place. And then as we go further around, you can see I got this track here, which with a little bit of addition, which is already there, just needing wiring up, I can hold a 4-car SEP. That one I'll just need to cut another addition, and that will hold another 4-car SEP. Then I got that one there, which will be a 2 or 3-car unit, and then I got this curb, which gives me a 3rd line into the fiddling yard from my crossing by the tunnel. So I'm doing well here. So job still to be done is I need to wire in the points and fit them. I need to fix these tracks, and I need to worry about power down this side. But I'm making good progress so far. So I'll talk to you the next time I have some more to show on this. I'm now down on my bench, and this is the heart of the detection system. As you have seen in a previous video, I got the DR4088 by DigiKey. This is a S88/S88N connected detection unit. This will be connecting to my ECOS. I'll be using the S88N, and I'm going to have a long Ethernet cable going into the out, because that's going out to the ECOS. And then if I had another unit, I'd attach it to the in. So that's how it gets connected. As I said previously, this is a dumb unit, so I got no access to adjusting it or anything like that. This will be number one in the string. So that's the top part. Then the bottom, we got the power, which is coming from my my ECOS via a circuit breaker over current protection, which come in here. This then gets split into black and blue. For blue, go into the centre here as 2 wires, and then you've got 8 detection on that side, 8 detection on that side, and these then come down to these chop blocks. Then the black cable come along to every other chop block. So when it comes to connecting the wire, I just put 2 wires in each hole, and this will be an easy to connect unit. And then when the trained in a block, it will pull the current from, for example, this one, which is block 16. This will then send occupied 16 on board 1 to the ECOS, and the ECOS will then display wherever I mark this detection as being occupied. Features this doesn't have compared to the ECOS units is it doesn't have railcom. You can't actually directly control this unit, and it's a different connection. So this one, you can't give it names, you can't give it addresses, you can't give it anything like that. When if you're using one of the ECOS units, which I have for the rest of the layout, you'll be able to have 1 in 4 as a railcom detection, and you'll be able to actually give each unit a name. So what I'll do on this board is actually write the address of this unit, so that I know where it is. So let's see me installing it on the layout. So from here you can see a bit of what I have done. Just in front of you, briefly you would have seen a set of points just here. They're now long gone. They're being used down there. Also down there you've got 3 lines of fiddling yard, which is long enough for that green set to sit in 2 of those bays. There's also a 3rd line, which is another project. As you can't actually see that from here, I'll move you down and show you that in a moment. So from here you can see the work I've done, which is this nice set of points here and this track work here. This one I just need to stick down. Those 2 are done. This one is ready for a future project, and just here is my connections for these. So what I'm doing in next Saturday video is this little section here. I need to reroute half of these wires, and then we can look at the ECOS. But I'm not sure if we'll get around to the ECOS next time. So thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe and comment, and I'll see you all next time. Thank you very much. Richard.